segment is a little bit different than what we normally talk about here. This is called, basically what this is, as you see at the bottom, is Halo 4 API. API stands for Application Programming Interface. Now, I don't want to butcher this, so I want to try to be as clear as possible with this. Essentially, what API is a way for two programs to interact with one another, to communicate. And so why we're talking about it is every Halo up until this one, the API was available for sites such as Halo Tracker and stuff of that sort. Now, what Halo Tracker was able to do with this software was come up with copious amounts of stats. In Halo Reach, they were also able to create a 1 through 50 ranking so people actually had a reason to play. There's six-figure people on some of these sites just so they can track their stats. They can also do things such as heat maps, so you can go and look at the map and see, oh, well, I died here by the guy who was sitting top BR. Or I got most of my kills on this back ramp. So for scouting reports on your opposition, it also helps. As well as where you know you're comfortable, where your comfort zone is, where you should position yourself. Things like that. It also can even go a step further into me. I can look up myself going against DMAC. Full match record. Tell me the win percentage I have against him, what maps I've won on, and what maps I've lost on. So these things are huge. Now, everyone's probably like, why the fuck do we care about that? Well, the reason why I'm bringing it up today is that API is not in Halo 4. So these sites that are community ran, that have helped out for so long, and even created a 1 through 50 ranking for Halo Reach, now have to go through 50 steps to do what they did in one step. And so basically these sites are forced, it's almost inevitable that they'll close, because why put in the work?
Right. Like I remember, back on the I think it was on USA, maybe even G4 as well, when Puckett they were casting the show, they would go to a third-person view and show X's on the map where people were dying, what was going on in the game. And that was great stuff to watch. And I remember getting on Bungie and looking at where people died, and you can try to figure out, use strats, kind of even improve upon yourself. StarCraft has stuff like that. I don't know if League of Legends or anything has it.
Not to my knowledge, no.
So, say StarCraft 2 has it, and it's great where it keeps your win-loss percentages on the maps, against who, against what race, all this stuff. And then for Halo, the fact that we don't have a third-person or observer mode, that's a huge disadvantage. I said the game can never be as big as you want it to be for that sole reason. And now, without this, that's just another thing. It's you want to grow or you want to move forward, but somebody's holding you back. I feel like that's what both of these things are doing, and this is really disappointing, especially because, no great ranking system so far yet, no great API to watch it and monitor things like that and improve upon it. I think it would be great, and I even signed the petition today that you sent me, and you linked up on Twitter.
Yeah, I'll tweet it again after this.
Yeah, tweet it again for people, because we need more people to do it, because it's something that would really, really help the game. And it keeps people interested. It keeps people coming back. It keeps people improving.
D, what's that smug-ass look on your face for? you see that? He's
that was the most smug look I've ever seen, now that you mentioned it.
Scowling at me, dude. Go ahead. Come on, Grinch. What do you got for us? Oh, fuck the little guy.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's pretty obvious, maybe they want to keep all that traffic, and maybe
but
they
why?
have...
Have you tried to look up a Carnage report on Waypoint?
I know.
Good luck, have fun.
I know. It's bullshit from what's been out there, but, there's a possibility that an update comes out, and there's a possibility that we already know that there's a ranking system coming out. Maybe there's a possibility that the stats get updated. And that's all I'm saying here, is don't jump the gun. We're getting a ranking system. We're probably going to get some sort of stat system that's more improved for this, especially if we complain and holler a little bit. I think doing the petition is a good idea, because it's going to do one of two things. Either one, in the dream reality, we get the API open, that's fucking dope, or two, we get Halo Waypoint to get a little better, which would also be pretty cool. So, hey, it is what it is. It takes a bit a bit away from the game. I don't think it takes a lot away from the game. All right, but the stats that were given were very fucking cool. All right, I don't want to take away from that. And as a stats man, I definitely understand that. Okay.
But the thing that's more pressing to me is that these companies, these websites have been there for us. They're the little man. Why have a monopoly on this? Dude, what is so hard about it? I've heard rumors that API is actually there, that all they have to do is open it. I've also heard the
And
opposite
that's what I'm
side
saying,
where
Scotty.
they didn't even put one in. And it goes like this, D. All right? These people have been there when the game has it. They have Halo players love stats. They love them. Everyone loves their stats. Everyone. Do you remember when the percentage came out? The hit percentage came out in Halo 2? Do you remember? I used to love that shit.
Do you remember G-Spot? He had 70% every game.
Every game, dude. Dude, look, these things helped. They helped with clan matches. Even when clan matches got stripped down, these sites stepped up and they kept people playing. You're telling me a site that had 6 figures of users on it alone, 100,000 plus users on it, deserves to just get slapped in the face because they can't go public? Are you kidding me? D-Man,
Well,
that'd be like them...
Scotty,
That'd be
that's
like...
not-
Okay, listen. That's the equivalent to us when we heard the Microsoft news come out, when we were like, oh, fuck, no one can stream without a license. GG, the game's fucked. Like, do you remember that? You remember when that release came out and everyone jumped the gun and everyone was like, no one can fucking stream Halo anymore? That's what
And
these guys feel like. These guys feel like, we can't do stats anymore. We can't do what we've been doing for so long. It is the most unfair thing on the face of this earth.
All right, and look, Scotty.
Don't lower your voice
Just
with me.
just a half hour ago, you're sitting here talking about, you know what, man? I need some more patience. All right, and just earlier today, we're sitting in a room talking about how clans are coming back when the patch comes out.
You're missing the
And,
point.
all these things are coming. It's just gonna take a little bit of time.
Kyle, he's missing the point. You
Let me
understand?
just say my player perspective. I played Halo because it was the most competitive game. I never was even huge into video games. I loved the competitiveness. I have not played the campaign for Halo 2, Halo 3, ODST, Reach, nothing. Or Halo 4. I've never played campaigns. I don't even play campaigns. I get a game, I get online, I start playing because I want to play against someone. I want to beat them. That's why I love the game. That's why I always competed. When they had leaderboards back in Halo 2, I looked at that shit every single day, I think. Who's on the leaderboard? That's all I want to do is be on the leaderboard. You want to be on the front page.
Yep.
And then you're going into Halo 2. You get a 47 and 44 and you get a moon, like the quarter moon, half moon.
Crescent.
Moon. I was the first one to a 50 with the Forerunner ring or whatever the hell it was. Because
All right.
that's all I wanted. I was the first one there because boom, that's what I wanted. I had to have it. Me, Roy, Lunchbox, Nated. We destroyed everyone. There's 3 teams had 49s. I was the first one there. All I wanted to do. And then you've got the stat pages. Without the stat pages and stuff, that's the other thing people look at. You go through and you look at a team like, oh, I want to see what my favorite player, I want to see what kind of numbers he's dropping in the game. The other huge part of it, if you can't go out and do all that stuff, no observing mode, and then it goes exactly hand in hand with the API. You just don't know. It's just not as interesting. It doesn't draw the attention and the hype every single day that lots of, I feel like Halo players especially, half the reason they play Halo over Call of Duty or something is so that they can see these things and the competitive aspect of it and for these goals. Like, do you remember when Recon was out and the flaming heads of Bungie people? I wanted that so bad. That's like all I want. You see a guy running around with a flaming head. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, what the hell? He's got a flaming head. I'm freaking out. That stuff, like if you got like a high, like the level 50, or they had kind of like in StarCraft, they have like the Grandmasters. They got this special emblem. If you had like a special emblem in Halo, I would play the shit out of this game every single day so that I could be the top 200 or top 500 people and have that freaking helmet or that emblem or that ranking, whatever it is. I would do that. Reach, nothing. I didn't even play. I didn't even care.
Moral of the story here, D-Mac, and I know you can relate to this as my former stat guy in 2009, who, you didn't put those fucking stats together. You had someone put them together for you.
No, I did a lot of them.
Yeah, okay, you did some. You did 10%.
Did a lot of them.
Okay. People are using that online to track their progression of a game over the longevity of it. You're telling me you're telling me you wouldn't want when Halo 4 comes to an end, right? And Halo 5 and hope to God not like Halo Reach 2 fucking comes out. When Halo 5 comes out, you wouldn't want to see what your overall KDR was, what your win percentage was on Haven, what your win percentage was on this, what your win percentage was versus me, which would be about 2% tops.
Maybe for the casual gamer, that's not as important, but let's say there's two top teams or a team that takes competitive gaming. You make a living off this. You want all the information possible.
Yeah.
Any kind of additional information. The same reason why call-outs are so effective and people call it so much is the more information, the better. It just cannot, the more information, it's not going to hurt you. It's just only going to make it better.
Well, listen, there's a few things we could do about this.
Open the API or create an API.
Let's sign the petition to open it.
Or create it. We don't know, and I don't want to butcher this.
Guys, patience. Maybe they'll open it. Look, here, somebody tweeted this link, and I want you to understand this. All right. This is from 343 Industries, Jessica O'Shea, right? However, we are treating title updates very differently for Halo 4, and rather than simply using them as opportunities for simple big fixes, we are thinking of them as a way to sustain and grow features and options. So it's possible you could see saved films mode available for campaign, as well as some other significant features at some time in the not too distant future. So obviously, this is what I'm talking about, is they're kind of treating this shit like a PlayStation product. When you buy it, it's not exactly what you're getting right from the get. It's going to open up a little bit, and it might cost us a little bit of money for the maps that are coming out in the future. That's fine, but I think we're going to get some features that we're happy with. They're going to come for free. They're just going to come a little bit later.
All right, well,
I can see that. There's a huge difference between like the PC gaming world and the console gaming world is because the console has a lifespan, which is why these games need to come out and need to come out quickly. Like how many Call of Duty with Black Ops 2? Which number Call of Duty is this? Like 7 or something? Like there's so many. They just pop them out over and over and over again because I feel like it's the life cycle of the console on top of compared to like a StarCraft game where it comes out once every like 10 years.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a new console out and the games most likely, I'd say like 99% chance, aren't even going to work on the next one. So you have all these people putting in all this time doing all these things, and there's just a window that you have, and you have to put it in the window, which is why they do it. And I think it's great too that they do it.
This is another way, Kyle, to sustain longevity. 4 months from now, 6 months from now, a new feature will get some people who maybe didn't play Halo 4 for a month, get them a little more excited to pick up the game and get back into it. And that's exactly what happens whenever something like that goes on with the Halo community, kind of revitalizes everybody, and everything gets going.
Or it cripples them. Like, I don't know. Let's just take a normal pistol.
Like no bloom, Scotty. Fuck off.
Let's just take let's take the normal pissed off gamer. We'll go me. I'm genuinely angry at all times. I paid $60 for the game. I paid $40 for an 8 gigabyte flash drive, just so I could get half of that added for Spartan Ops.
Well,
I don't have the spectator mode. I have to pay for extra maps. That's bullshit. Why not already have them? Listen. I understand what you're saying.
No.
I know where you're gonna go with this. I know where you're gonna go with this. Oh, Scott, you're just a normal pissed off white kid from the South. Fuck you. All right.
$50 all fucking line. You could have bought that flash drive, motherfucker. That's your fault.
I had to get it. I had to get it, didn't I? I had to get it.
A hand job with that flash drive? What is this?
I'm just saying, dude. Like, why not already have it? Like, if you're planning on bringing it in, you might as well do it. I understand they were on a crunch and everything, but something's got to give eventually, and you got to say, they probably fucked up.
There's just not enough time in a day.
Yeah.
I think we've got a lot. I mean, it's already midnight now, but I think we got a lot of valuable lessons from this episode, and that's going to be one of them for sure. There's just not enough time in a day.